on, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy Uzumaki Hadou, and this is a Gantz manga review. Gantz chapter 9. We learn a little bit of backstory about Kaji, and Ekigami goes one-on-one with Corona in basketball. This and more coming at you next. So I felt like this chapter was really good. I felt like it really picked up pace. So this chapter was all about Kaji. We're learning a backstory about her, and we learned more about who she is as a character. Now, when I first seen Kaji, I really felt like she was a preppy girl. It seemed to me like she was from a very, very rich household, but that's actually not true. We actually get to see where she comes from. So the last chapter, she didn't show up for the Gantz training. We seen her kind of standing there really, really upset. In this chapter, we find out. So we find out that Kaji lives in a very violent household. Her parents are fighting. Her father's beating the crap out of her mom, and there's nothing she can really do. Father's just beating the crap out of her. It's like, hey, I told you to go to the store. I told you to go get some ice. The mom's like, yes, I'm going to get some ice. I'm going to get some ice. So the father comes out to Kaji. He starts to touch her. He's like, what the hell are you wearing? You know, he's very disrespectful. But not just that, it also shows that he says something like, what about you use your hands and make daddy feel good, or something similar to that. And what that shows is that her father's been molesting her at the same time. And I'm like, wow, this is a really messed up childhood. Her father's beating his wife, beating her mom, and the father's molesting her at the same time. That's just insane. So she has this look on her face, and he's like, you know, what's the matter with you? You know, go do what you do. Use your hands like you used to. You know, make daddy feel good. So you see that she's rejecting him, and at one point he bitch slaps her like, hey, you know, don't give me that look. Don't even look at me that way. But she has the Gantz suit on, so that bitch slap didn't even affect her. So she grabs him, she hurts his hand, she picks him up, and she throws him across the room. Ah! Like, what now, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like you're dealing with the wrong daughter today, buddy. So what happens here is we also skip back to the training where everybody's training with their suits, and they're kind of explaining things that we already know if you read the original Gantz. So they're telling them, you know, the suits, you got to be, your mind got to be with it. You got to be physically, you really want, if you want to use this strength, you have to be connected to your suit. You got to understand that you can do these type of strengths, and you got to be, sometimes you got to use your emotions to use this extra strength. You know, it's not just running and jumping. You can pick heavy things up. You can take a lot more hits in the suit. This is just common knowledge. So now we go to the next scene, and this to me personally is more of the girls, kind of looking at the girls' ordinary life, and hopefully we get past this, because a lot of these, I feel like a lot of these characters is going to be killed off anyway. So kind of showing their ordinary life really just doesn't do anything for me. It's like, why do I care about them going to school? They're going to be killed off in the first place. It's not like we're the original Gantz where you actually had some main characters that might get killed off, but you had other people that was going to the school that the life, you know, we can kind of transition to those characters. Where this one here, it's just like their lives, to me personally, seem pretty like ordinary. It's nothing special. So we have Ekigami playing basketball, going against Corona, and Ekigami, she's just so jealous of Corona. Corona, I felt like, just kind of went all out on Ekigami. Ekigami twisted her ankle, and you see like everyone runs in like, Ekigami, are you okay? Are you okay? So what we see here is that it seems like the world kind of evolved around Ekigami, even though she's this famous person, but it's like everyone just kind of swarms in. So they tell Corona to take her to the nurse's room. She takes her to the nurse's room, and, you know, she gets checked out. Ekigami comes out, it's like, I should be better on ball day, you know, you're going down. And Corona sits back and says, you know what, I got you in the next game, Gantz. I'm summoning, I'm going to do my best to protect you. I'm going to do my best to kind of pull your share. And Ekigami at this point is pissed off. She pushes Corona, pushes her across the room because she's just so angry. And that's one thing I really do like about Ekigami, because she's different. She has this jealous, she's very, very jealous of Corona. And I really like that because at any second now, we're going to get a Gantz game, and Ikigami could betray Corona. Ikigami could try to kill Corona, and I think that's going to be awesome because it builds some type of character development, but not just that, you have that one character that you can't trust. So she comes storming out. Then we get back and we have Kaji kind of walking down, and Corona's talking to her, and Corona's saying, are you going to be at the next game? I mean, are you going to be at the next training? We're going to need you there to train, because if you train, we can get better, we can get stronger. And Kaiji's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show up, because she lives in a very, very tragic and very violent household. She don't know she can go and train. Her mom might be killed by her father. You know, you never know. But her parents is fighting. It's very horrible there. And you also kind of feel for Kaiji. But she asked the question, you know, she was like, if someone dies, would they be summoned by the Gantz ball? And it's like, well, if the person dies before the summon, then they won't die, be summoned there. But if they die after summoning is happening, then they're going to be summoned to the room. So Kaiji had this look on her face like, you know what? Maybe I could kill my old man. Maybe I could kill my parent. You know, it's like, she has this look. So now we get towards the end. I felt like this part was one of the better parts of the chapter. So you have her father sitting in the room. He looks salty as shit. He is pissed. You know, it's like, not just your daughter kick your ass, talk down to you, toss you around the room, but deny you of raping her, you know, deny you of getting any cheeks. So he's sitting there, he got a cigarette in his mouth, and he just sitting there just thinking about that ass whooping he got last night. Just mad. So his daughter comes in, she says something to him, and he gets up, and he's like, how do you talk to me with that tone? And out of nowhere, he takes a baseball bat and he just goes in. This hits her in the abdomen. This hits her in the gut. Like, I'm going to teach you, bitch. And she eats that bat. I mean, she takes that bat like it's nothing. Now, one thing I will say about Ikigami, not Ikigami, but Kaiji, is that Kaiji is not dumb. She's intelligent enough to know that to have her Gantz suit on when she walks in to see her father, and that's one thing I really loved. I'm glad she didn't just go in there with regular clothes on. She went in there prepared for something crazy to happen, and it happened. He goes in, he hits her with the bat, he follows up, he goes in, this swinging the bat. Kaiji is dodging it. He's like, what the hell is going on? Why can I not hit you? Kaiji grabbed the bat with one hand. She picks him up, throws him out of the top window. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He falls out of the top window. He hits the ground. He breaks his legs. He's there. He's like, oh, I'm going to kill this bitch. And out of nowhere, a car comes in, runs him over, killing him. Oh my goodness. Kaiji, you get props. You get props. I like you. You're awesome. You're not just someone who's attractive, but you're someone who can kick ass also. I like that. She got the job done. Now, towards the end, we get some text, and basically what's happening is we have some girls doing what girls do, and that's basically kind of giving false information about Corona. Like, yeah, Corona's a slut, and she's sleeping around with all these people. Me personally, I really didn't care too much for that part, but we didn't really give a cliffhanger except that. It was like, yeah, we're going to start some rumors about Corona, just some random girls. And I'm like, eh. But besides that, I felt like the chapter was really, really good. It picked up. I like the dark theme about this. You know, this is what Gantz is all about, dark themes. Things that is very, very horrible, bad shit happens. And I really like that because for the longest time, we just kind of been seeing these girls having a normal life and these girls like, oh, I'm jealous of you because you're better than me. But now when we look at Kaiji, we can see that she was brought up in a very, very bad household. Her mom was always being beat by her dad. Her dad has been molesting her and beating the crap out of her. So now we're getting back to that dark Gantz goodness. But hopefully the Gantz ball is going to be summoning soon because we really didn't end off with a cliffhanger this time. I'm hoping that they're going to get summoned and we're going to get back into the knee-deep and this craziness. But overall, this chapter was great. I enjoyed it. This chapter really kind of highlighted Kaiji. It really made her as a character that I kind of like a little bit more now, knowing a little bit about her backstory. And I really love how they did this character. And I can't wait to see what else Kaiji is going to be doing in the future. Because, I mean, she's attractive, but at the same time, I think that she does have promise. But overall, that's all I have for you today. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Matane.